ghost of Christmas present described. Your big man in green here is pretty much Christmas personified, the spirit of Christmas personified. He's also perhaps the spirit of Jesus Christ, an illusion, a symbol of Jesus Christ, the way he's described. Let's have a look at this quote. It was clothed in one simple green robe or mantle, bordered with white fur. Capacious breast was bare, its feet were also bare, and on its head it wore no other covering than a holly wreath. You can see from my ellipses there, I've taken bits of this quote out already. It's still quite big, so you don't need to remember it all, but I'll highlight different bits that you might want to embed. So if we zoom in on some of this language, we can see here that we've got simple clothing, plainly dressed. This is a ghost that has quite a lot, actually. It seems to be able to conjure up pretty much anything it wants. It fills Scrooge's room with all sorts of foods. You can see in the link quotation box there on the left in red. It has the horn of cornucopia, which can, the horn of plenty. It literally gives out what is ever needed, but yet it dresses itself simply, and I think that signifies its selfless personality, which obviously is the reason it is so happy, because selflessness brings happiness, as this novella teaches us. So simple clothing. We've also got the bare feet there, maybe another allusion to Jesus, perhaps, that you could talk about, but certainly simple clothing suggests it's selfless and generous. We've also got the green robe. Now, you've probably done this before if you looked at this ghost, but it is an allusion to Father Christmas, who was once more commonly shown in green until Coca-Cola allegedly got involved and made him red, and then we stole the kind of American Santa Claus and used it here to sell and market products, yada yada. You've probably done all that. If not, there's a bit in the context box for you down there in the bottom, and some articles on the website about that. But he is the spirit of Christmas personified, pretty much is all you need to know. This ghost is the Christmas spirit personified, and obviously you got there the white fur as well, which is a bit like Santa we have today, isn't it? Okay. We've also got breast was bare, so that means his chest. His bare chest represents his honesty and openness, doesn't it? He's got an open heart. He's willing to give, give as generously to everybody, and he's got nothing to hide as well. Well, we might have deep and dark secrets that we're hiding and make us unhappy. He's all open and honest, this chap. And he's got the breast was bare. And if you want to talk about the language there, you've obviously got the repetition of bare, and you've got the alliteration of bah in breast was bare. So lots of language you can talk about there too. And on its head, we've got the holly wreath. Now, this is a symbol of Jesus. When Jesus was crucified, the Roman soldiers put a crown on his head. But that crown was made of thorns, so quite painful. It was less to do with the pain, really. He was being crucified, so I'm sure that was way more painful. But it was more about the humiliation. Jesus was described as the King of the Jews, and to mock him, they put a crown on his head and a crown of thorns. Here, as a symbol of Jesus Christ and the Christian spirit, this ghost is wearing a crown, but not a crown of thorns, a crown of holly, much more in keeping with Christmas. Obviously still links to it, but more of a Christmas theme. And holly itself is something that the old Father Christmas used to have, holly and ivy and stuff like that draped around him. But also holly is now today also a symbol of Jesus, with the thorns representing the crown of thorns that we just talked about, and the red berries representing his blood. So again, an allusion to Jesus there in his image. As I talked about, context box down the bottom, more stuff about the old sort of origins of Father Christmas, and in the link quotations you got some more quotations about what he brings to Scrooge's room, and also further descriptions of his free and easy appearance.